Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks very much for being with me today. We're back in Pine Valley Zoo and today we're going to be working on our viewing platform over here. Last episode I mainly just worked on this sign, to be honest. It was a bit of a project, it took the whole episode, but I'm really happy with how this all turned out. This episode I'm recording today, so I'm recording this, what day is it today? Sunday today. I think I recorded this one on Saturday. So I haven't got any feedback from you guys about this episode yet. But hopefully you liked it. We shall see. So today I want to work on this. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this. But I've got a rough idea of something that I want to try and do. So I'm going to crack on. So my thinking with this is I want to almost make it look like a treehouse. Or like it's a platform up an actual tree. I want to get lots of tree branches and foliage and I don't know, just try and make it look like it's sort of hidden in amongst a tree in some way. But the first thing we're going to test is just whether any of the actual pine trees look any good in here. Now let's just turn off that and that. So I suspect that none of these are going to work. Yeah, they're not going to be big enough. The branches aren't wide enough, or they're sort of too short, too tall. I think, see, that's the sort of look that I'm going for, but obviously it needs to be much bigger than that. But I'm not sure if I can manipulate these in any way to kind of grow out of this middle sort of tree trunk that I've got here, whether it will look any good. Oh, I'll give it a go. Let me just play around with this and see what happens, shall we? You know, I'm always up for trying stuff. I just don't know if it's going to look any good. I suppose it could do if you manage to get this all kind of coming out at different angles. If you can try and sink bits in different ways, I might be able to do something a bit different, make it look like a big tree of some sort. I should probably stick to the same type of tree. What is this one? That's the Scots pine, isn't it? Yeah, I should probably just use the one type of tree. Maybe try and, oh yeah, hang on. It's really difficult to see what angle I've got things at unless you keep on moving it around. Right, let's bring that back in. I think, is that, whoa, sorry. It's really tricky to get the camera angles right to see exactly where you're moving stuff. Right, which bit am I moving? That bit. Yes, actually that does look like it's, oh no, it's nowhere near the branch. You see that? Unless you move the camera around, you can't see whether it's actually in the trunk where you want it. There you go. So I want it sort of poking out the top there, like that. You know what? It's not terrible actually. I wasn't sure if this was going to work in any way, but actually that's looking all right. Actually, no, it's not. That, I think this one needs to be completely upright, doesn't it? I think the very top here really needs to be quite upright. Yeah, like that. Do you know what? I don't mind that. That's not terrible. But what do I do underneath? Because I can't really do the same down here. I don't think, because it's not going to work, is it, down here? It's all a bit too, no. Now, well, let's have a look, because I've got bits like this. So you could, I suppose we could potentially use these and not have the foliage. No, that doesn't look right at all, does it? What do we think? Do we like that as the top? Does it look okay? Do I need anything else? Like look, we've got the broken Scots pine. Whether I need to use some of these a bit more to disguise the trunks, because they're quite different colours, aren't they? The two trunks. But yeah, these sort of dead pieces could go away, I suppose, to sort of blending the bits together a little bit more. Maybe one like that. Let's get another one in. This is another one of the situations where really I'm just playing around to see what happens. See what it ends up looking like. So if I bring one in here, spin it that way, let's bring it out the side there. Let's go back to the other type. Let's move that up. Let's move it this way. Let's go that way a little bit more. Let's twist it round a bit. Just disguising that trunk a little bit more. Still not sure what I'm going to do underneath. See, I can get a bit like that. Kind of sticking out there. Obviously that doesn't look good down the bottom, but I've got a few thoughts on what I might do under there. What do we think? I don't mind that. It's a bit different. It's a bit out there. Definitely a little bit out there. But I quite like that, actually. I think that's looking all right. I'll tell you what. I think the foliage possibly. Let's whether I need a bit of foliage, just a little bit lower down still. Around here. Let's see, what does that look like there? Let's blend that into that piece. Hang on, is that too low? No, I don't think that is too low. And then I can probably do another one. Let's angle this bit out. Let's spin it round a bit. There's a nice branch there. Just to try and make it a little bit denser at the bottom here. Yeah, that's better. I think that's is that maybe just a little bit too low. Let's just pull that up. There we go. That's just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. It's quite dense. I don't mind that. And look, there we go. Look, people are there and they can walk underneath it quite easily. So yeah, I think that's okay. Good. I'm pretty pleased with that. That wasn't at all what I intended to do. But actually it does kind of look like a giant tree, doesn't it? Whether you think it's meant to look fake or real or what, I don't know, but I don't really mind either. Do you know what? I might just extend this up and out a bit over here as well. I feel like it's missing a little bit sticking out there, although I don't think that's quite the right one. Maybe it needs to be, yeah, that one, the same as we've got on this side. And maybe, sorry, dodgy camera work again. Let's just bring it in. I need to see where the bottom is, so I'll make sure it's not floating in the air, which it probably is. It's in there somewhere, isn't it? Actually, it's so dense that you can't really tell, so it just needs to look good on the outside, really. So it's a bit too tall. Let's just bring it down to here. Good. Okay, and then I might just twist it a bit. Let's just angle it a little bit more out like that. What do we think? It's all right. It's not perfect, but yeah, I don't mind that. I think it'll depend on what I can do underneath. Ideally, I'd like to try and disguise some of this concrete, but that's really not very easily done at all. So one thing I was thinking underneath is the arrowwood bush, because this stuff is great. So what I would do with this is flip it upside down and use it potentially to cover up a bit of this concrete. It might show up through the floor a bit. What do we think to that? Obviously not quite that much, but yeah, I'm not against that because it does kind of just make it look like it's you know, like it's just sort of foliage on the floor. Maybe that isn't quite dense enough. I mean, you're never going to be able to completely hide the concrete. Unfortunately, that's just, it is what it is. You can't completely disguise that. Oh look, our little peacocks are up here. But yeah, I think that looks alright because it looks like you've got stuff just growing on there, doesn't it? So I don't mind that. But can I disguise the trunk? That's what I was thinking with one of these smaller pieces. If I can turn these and kind of create something here in some way, not entirely sure how this is going to work. I need to, let's twist that round and out, something like that. And then what I was thinking is if I can select those two and kind of duplicate them round a bit a few times, yeah, and try and sort of hide some of the trunk at the top there with some growth. I think that looks alright. I wonder if it needs, I'll tell you what it needs actually. If I go back to the pines, it almost needs a couple of these trunks. No, see, they're way too tall. It needs something smaller like this, maybe. And then let's get these angled and sunk in properly. Not sure quite what I'm doing here, but yeah, something like that. That looks all right, doesn't it? So what else have we got here? We've got some smaller ones. What does this one look like? Oh yeah, that's all right, isn't it? It's quite a nice piece. Yeah, like that. So it just looks like you've got a few of these things kind of growing out of this foliage and supporting the top here. Something like that. Oh yeah, I like that. Those are good pieces. I'm glad I found them. Let's get another one in here. So let's bring it up to there. Let's angle that one out. Oh, that's quite a big piece, that one. Oh yeah, I like that. That looks great. Right, if I got that positioned, yeah, that's pretty good like that actually. Cool. Okay, and I probably need to reuse maybe this one over this side somewhere. Let's sink that into here. Probably need to angle it. Yeah, because that looks great, doesn't it? Really nice piece. Right. Oh, sorry. It really doesn't like it when you zoom in too close to these things. Right, how does that look? I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that actually. It sort of looks like a tree house, doesn't it? I don't mind that. I'm pretty pleased with that. Can make it look really nice and wild. I don't even mind that all the foliage is coming through here. It just sort of adds to that effect of greenery and sort of the treehouse feel. Yeah, pretty happy with that. I wonder if any of these are going to be suitable. Let's just this probably isn't needed, but I'm just wondering if any of these would look good just in these little gaps. No, I don't think it needs any more, does it? No, I think it's pretty good like that. Cool. Okay. Right, what do we think? I think it's all right. I think, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Because you've got to think, you sort of want it to be a bit disguised from the bear's point of view. So if the bears are down here, that now to them that just looks like a tree, and occasionally there's a couple of people standing up here. And then if I get some nice foliage down here, kind of blocking a bit of this. Give the bears a bit of privacy so they don't really know that they're being watched. That's kind of my thinking. So I'll get some nice hedging in, I think, along here. Maybe I'll get some pines in. Now, which pines have I been using? I can't remember what those ones are. I think that's these ones, isn't it? Yeah, the ponderosa ones. So if I get some more of these in, let's exit the group. Let's leave that as it is for now. So 1 or 2 more of these in here. Something like this. Let's get another one in here. Really try and make it feel like a forest. You know, I want it to feel quite overgrown and dense. From the bear's point of view, you know, you want them to feel like they are in a forest. Okay, that looks good. Right, now let's get back to our bushes and think, what can we put in here? So what have we used before? Because we've got these orange ones. I like them, and I can use some of them, probably a little bit higher, I reckon, over here, like this, to really try and block the view of the railway a bit. Get some of the normal lower down stuff as well, because I do like this kind of stuff as well. So let's get some of this in. I don't mind if the bears can see the train, so they're going to see the train because it comes right through their habitat here. But ideally, I don't really want them seeing too much of this walkway over here or this bit over here. So yeah, let's disguise this. Now, what did I use? I want to sort of duplicate again. I had Scavola. What was this one? Ah, the wattle. Yeah, maybe a little bit of wattle. I don't know if that's going to be tall enough. Let's have a look. No, that's quite small, isn't it, the wattle? Actually, that's a decent wattle. If you can have a decent and a non-decent wattle. Yeah, let's try just a little hedge of wattle in there. Oh, look, we've got a bear there. We can pretend to be a bear for a minute. Yeah, here we go. Look, you see, that's quite nice now. It's nice and dense for them, and they wouldn't really notice if you were standing up there looking down on them. That's what I wanted. That was the sort of feel I was going for. So the bears feel like they're, you know, they've got a bit of privacy. Good. Yeah, I like that. Cool. So how does it look from over here now? So again, I don't really mind if you can see the bears or not from here. I mean, you can see them a bit in here. Not going to be able to see them through there, but that's the point. You want to have to go up into the treehouse here. And then from up here, you can look down on the bears. There we go. Yeah. That's fantastic. Really happy with that, actually. I wasn't too sure what I was doing, I'll be honest. Coming into this episode, I was kind of making that up as I went along. But actually, I think that has turned out pretty good. I'll get some lighting on it at some point as well. So that'll all be done once I've finished all the building. Cool. Okay, so let's do a bit of work around here. So I want to do some rock work in here. Fill these gaps in, make it look good. Rock work, and then obviously some foliage as well. Let's get rid of the angle snap. So yeah, so all of this is just going to be a whole load of rock work. I don't mind covering up some of the edging, but I don't. I want the barrier to be there still, so I don't really want to lose that. Pretty simple stuff. Don't need to be too clever here. I'll probably do mostly foliage along that side there, and probably in this gap here. So I don't need any more rocks than that. I don't think really. I may just chuck on a couple of little ones just to give it a bit of variety. You know, just give it a bit of texture, and then I can do the rest with foliage. So let's again go back to our bushes. Let's see, what do we want? Definitely some of this. I find it hard to go more than a few minutes without putting down some arrowwood bush. I just can't help myself. Right, so let's get some of this gap in here filled in with this stuff, and then I can use actually, do you know, I might go back down to this orange one in here, get a bit of this orange. No, not that one, let's go with the smaller stuff. This can plug this gap quite nicely, I think, in here, possibly just down in there as well. No, don't like that one. I'd use something else in there. I'll definitely get some down in here though. Let's get a bit there, sort of growing over the side of the handrails. I don't mind that. Yep, that looks good. Now, what else did we use? It was scavola, wasn't it? Let's see about a bit of maybe some scavola covering this. Now, this stuff I've got to be careful with. I don't want this going through to the steps, so I've got to get it in just the right place, like that. Yeah, that looks good. Might just put a little something because it's a bit of a gap there. So let's get maybe a little bit of this in there, I think, and then maybe just a bit more out there. It still needs a little something else, doesn't it? What else have we been using? Something. I need something that. Yeah, there we go. Something that just contrasts the colorings a little bit. Let's get one of these little spiky dudes. Hang on, that one's floating in the air. That's that was really badly placed. Let's get that. Right, what do we think? Yeah, that looks fine. I like that. We've got that. Don't need too much here actually. I may just get a bit of this on here, but really this can be open. This can be a little viewing area to see the bears, so I don't really mind if there's not too much in the way of foliage on this bit. Might just get one more of these in here because I like them. But yeah, if you're standing here, you want to be able to see the bears a little bit, don't you? Especially up over here. I'm going to leave the grass long here as well. I don't mind that it looks a little bit wild. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind you being able to see the train a bit, but I do want to get some more foliage, I think, into here. It's a bit slopey, this bit, so you've got to be careful with what you put on here. I might just go for some brambles. Kind of just plug a few of the gaps down the side here with them. Maybe get a few up here as well. Is there room for more arrowwood up here? I think still not entirely sure what I'm doing here yet. Probably some rock work around there. Yeah, I might wait until I put the rocks down for that, because I probably want to fill in under here with the rocks and around here. So yeah, that whole area actually is kind of a separate project. I don't really need too much here in the way of foliage. I don't want to hide the railways. Let's get one of those in. Just the odd little bit of foliage just to break it up a bit. One of these, maybe get one of them there, breaking up that wattle bush a bit. Give it a bit of extra colour. Yeah, that's fine. What do we think? I'm pretty happy with that. It's meant to be a little wild area. I don't want it filled up because obviously the peacocks come into here. So I don't want to take up too much of their space. Let me just check. Where can the peacocks go over here? Yeah, they do come right down into here. So yeah, that's good. The peacocks are happy. They've got plenty of space. Now I haven't done any. I haven't done any enrichment for the peacocks actually. So let's have a look at that. Now, what are the peacocks called? Are they just? They're not peacocks, are they? No, hang on. What are they actually called? Guinea fowl? Indian peafowl. Okay, here we go. Indian peafowl is what I need to look for. Indian peafowl. Good. Right, what have they got? Not a huge amount. They do like the forage box, but I don't think I'm going to be able to put that anywhere because the staff. Actually, yeah, the staff can get into here, but it's not flat. There's nowhere. See, that is not going to go anywhere, is it really? unless I put it somewhere like this and do a bit of rock work around it. But that's, no, because that's really going to mess up the landscape. I mean, potentially I could go over here somewhere. But again, that's kind of messing up the landscape quite a lot, isn't it? Let's just have a look down here. I don't think there's going to be anywhere down here that I can do it, is there? No, see, that really messes up the landscape. Oh, that's a shame, because I would like them to have a forage area. I suppose I could extend their area over here. Let's do this. Let's put that there. Now what I do want to do, I do want to encourage them over this side. So I'm going to put some enrichment over here, because I definitely want them coming over here. So let's get a little bit of enrichment there, and let's give them a scent thing somewhere over here as well. Oh, look at that. He's going to go and use it straight away, hopefully. Let's give them a scent thing right down here somewhere. Is that in their habitat? Might just have to check that. Let's just give them a feeder somewhere in here. Maybe they could have a feeder down here. Let's just double check their areas again. Right, so they can get to that feeder. Yeah, they can get to that scent marker, and they can get to that. So the staff, yeah, staff can access all of that. Okay, so they've got everything they need there. Actually, that wasn't everything, was it? There was a sprinkler as well. No, see, look at that. That sprinkler really changes the landscape. I suppose I could try and squeeze a sprinkler in down here, couldn't I? Actually, just have it by the water there. Kind of makes sense. There we go. So now hopefully, if you look at enrichment, food enrichment, only 6 out of 8. Does that mean they need another one of these? Because there is only... Ah, no, because it's because they can't access that. Okay. Let's edit the barrier here then. So let's bring that down to there. Hang on, I'm going to have to... Let's make that one invisible. Let's move that down to there. Let's add a post into this bit. And I guess what I'll do actually, if I bring that right down to here somewhere, if I make this one mesh, let's add another post into there and bring it to here somewhere. Let's add another one into here if I can. There we go. Let's bring that into there. Now what I may just have to do is yeah, that's awkward, isn't it? Anyway, let's just undo that. I wonder, can I how do I rotate that? It's always tricky trying to move one of these things. It never actually, look, that's built the path the wrong way round. Okay, do you know what? Let's just delete that completely, and let's think. Yeah, okay, let's just put a whole new door facing that way if I can. It's not going to let me now, is it? Yeah, do I want it like that? I don't think that pathway is then going to... Oh, I don't know, let's... Hang on, let's just check this out. Right, so that needs to go to here. Can this go to mesh? See that one? Still not going to let it go to mesh. That one, oh, come on. Why on earth do they, is it because they're too close to the pathway maybe? Yeah, okay. Oh, come on. There we go. We're getting there. Ah, good. Okay, so that can all be mesh. Right, so can I... Let's see, how close to the... Oh, it's... Really? It's letting me go right on the path? I didn't think it would let me do that. See, it doesn't let me do it there. That's a bit strange, isn't it? Actually, that... Yeah, I might as well just do that. That makes more sense. Create a little corner here for them. Cool, okay, so obviously I need to change a few bits and pieces. Actually, yeah, this one, yeah, that doesn't need to be mesh actually, does it? I think that was how we had it before. In fact, I could probably not have these as mesh as well, couldn't I, really? No, do you know what? Let's keep that like that. I don't. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Now, if I click on this, how can I unbox all of the animals? I don't want to edit the barrier. I want to unbox all the animals. Box animals. Unbox animals. No, okay. Oh, that's odd. Why is it? I think it's got confused because I changed the door while the animals were still in there. Animal escaped. Right, how do I need to select them all? Okay, let's see if I can do that. Hopefully they'll go and pick them all up and move them now. Okay, let's just check their area now. Good, okay. So yeah, so they can come down here and use this now. Obviously I just need to redecorate a little bit around here. Hopefully they've got, yeah, all their enrichment is good now. So I need to just play around a little bit with this. So let's move that. Let's move that. That can slide over to there. I'll keep that as well. I'll just fill that corner in there. What have we got going on here? Right, so that just needs to move to there. This bush needs to go. Is that bush not part of the group? No, it's not. Okay. Let's get rid of that. And then I'll just duplicate this one round and plug the gap here with one of them. Right, what do we think to that? Yeah, okay, much better, good. So these guys can still come and go through that hedge. Yeah, they can walk through that, that's good. But it looks like, you know, it's still a wall, so it discourages the humans from crossing over into it. And it means that the peacocks have got a nice little area here that they can now get into and use. I'll tell you what, next episode, I'll finish this in the next episode, so I might create a little shelter for them here as well, so they've got another little area. So this is their sort of bed area here, but I may just create a small shelter of some sort over the top of this and try and make this corner look a bit better because it's not great. I might get rid of this fence around here and actually create my own sort of custom corner fence here in some way. Not really happy with this mesh, it doesn't look very good. It depends because obviously I am having some sort of cat probably next door, so you know, I might have to keep the fence like it is, and possibly even make it unclimbable as well. But I don't know. I'll look into that. I'll think about that. But I am going to call the episode to an end there, I think. we're a good stopping place. I'm pretty pleased with today's episode, actually. I like the treehouse. Let me know what you think. Do you think this worked out okay? I'm pretty pleased with it. It's a bit different, and that is what I'm trying to do. It's sometimes it can be a bit hard coming up with new and creative ideas for these things, but I think that looks alright. I'm pretty pleased with it. And this whole area actually is coming along really nicely. So yeah, please do give me your feedback and let me know what you think. So next episode, I'll see what I can do down here, and we will start filling in all this sort of rock work and hedge work that I was going to do up here as well. And I guess we'll start coming along here. I've got a bit of an idea of what I want to do with this station as well, which is going to be pretty cool, hopefully. But we'll see. So next episode, pretty much finishing off this area. I'll try and get the lighting done, I think, in the next episode as well. Yeah, cool. Let's leave it there. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you could hit the like button for me. That does really help me out. And hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Until then, do take care, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.